It's time to wake up and realize you're being manipulated. Nobody's here to help you. Everybody's out to get you, and they're going to take everything you have in the name of the common good.
Hey everybody! Apparently I can't scoot over in front of my camera. I got my mask on because I was going to rant and rave. But this little sausage dog won't get out of the way. Sasha, get up! Good grief. I don't know what's going on with this camera. I'm gonna have to fix it before I do anything and rant and holler and go on and rave and got this little puppy dog here driving me crazy. She drives me crazy. I can't help myself. Apparently it can't do no green now. I don't know what I've done to this thing. Apparently I broke it. You don't want to stay anywhere where it's supposed to stay. It just wants to be a turd. I don't understand that at all. Now I'm just mad. I'm extra mad. Oh, I think I know what's wrong. No. Apparently I don't know what's wrong. There's that. There's, looky there. Still can't figure that out. It looks like static. Static, static, static. We're on a video age. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. That's weird. Oh, you like my mask there? I got mad and took it off. It looks fine when there's stars behind me. Oh, anyways. I'm just going to rant and rave for a few minutes. And now I'm aggravated because I've not used this in a day or two and now everything's completely wrong. How does that even happen? Let me go to display real quick. Yeah, it's still boogered up right there. Something with my camera, I'd say. Anyways. I shared this on, I'm just going to go ahead and turn this thing off. It's aggravating the crap. There's a fly in here. I'm about to get mad. I'm already aggravated. And this crap, I read every day. I get aggravated. Watch me disappear. For some reason my eyeballs disappeared too. Maybe I've got too much light in here. I don't know. Look at this crap. I'm just gonna turn it off. Sit in front of my green screen. My hair all messed up and my beard sticking up. No, this video's not targeted at you, actually. If you get on here, and I'm really sick of a couple people giving advice and telling people not to share their comic book projects, and that if they can share it too much on social media, and they need to develop a marketing strategy and all this crap. Let me tell you the best marketing strategy: to make something that looks really cool and then show it to everybody you can. When I buy something, I usually buy it because it looks cool. Let me give you an example. I bought this Gibson Les Paul because it looks cool. You can make a cool looking Les Paul, and I'd be interested in it. There is a brand there, Gibson, so I like Gibsons. But you know what drove me first to it was the design, was the great look of the guitar. You want somebody to get into your stuff. Make it cool looking. Give them a real cool cover. Design some cool characters, and then share the crap out of them. I don't understand people. Anybody that tells you that you can share your project too much on Twitter, they have no they have no interest in buying your book or buying you. If they're buying your comic because they like your YouTube channel or something, and they like you, that's one thing. That's them buying a product, your product. That's one way to do things. That's not the only way. I think my thing is the best marketing is to make something cool. I buy guns because they look cool. I buy guitars because they look cool. I buy guitar pedals because they look cool. When you make something that looks cool, I'll come and look at it and study it. I might see, like, I've got back into guitar pedals. I'm buying guitar pedals and guitar gear and stuff. I go from guns to guitars. It's ridiculous. But a lot of times, if I see a cool looking pedal, I'm like, hey, that looks cool. And I'll go and find out what it is. I might not need a compressor. I probably won't buy a compressor. But if your compressor looks really cool, and I go and look at it, when I decide I do want one, I'm probably going to get the one that looks cool. Same thing with comic books. Same thing with movies and TV shows. Man, there's no telling how many awful movies, like science fiction movies and crap, I've started watching on Amazon Prime or Tubi or, just because it had a cool looking, like, you scroll over and it's got cool looking art there, like a cool picture, a guy with a big sci-fi gun. I'm like, hey, that looks like something cool. I think I'll watch that. Or you see the preview and it's just something, the preview makes it look ridiculously awesome, and you start watching it and it's a turd. The best way to promote yourself is to make something cool and share the crap out of it. If somebody's telling you to limit how many times you post on social media, don't listen to them. That's the stupidest thing ever, because they're only going to see one or two of your posts a day unless they just randomly decide to go click on your profile. There are plenty of creators that I know who don't share their stuff. They might share it once or twice a day, and I never see it, and I don't even realize they got a new book out. I follow people, and it might be months, and I only see one or two of their posts. I don't get that. Yeah, you should build your platform. Build my platform. Only so many people want to sit around and listen to nerds rattle on about nerd crap all day. That's one reason I don't do a daily stream anymore. There's only, like, you guys show up because you talk to me and we interact. But as far as pulling new people in, they've got their YouTube channels they watch. They've got stuff to do. They've got work. It's well, stupid is a good word to describe things. Yeah, Firefox, I've noticed you've been dropping some bombs there. You were completely unfair in one post because nothing is as cool as Fist of the North Star. So you kind of can't really, that was not fair. Eric Hawkins says, "What is complaining about sharing projects? Someone that won't back you anyway." That's exactly. They have no intention of backing your project. If they get aggravated because they see it, usually it's another creator and they're jealous. I'm just going to say that they're not going to share your stuff either. That's one reason why most people can't get any traction. People won't share each other's stuff. They'll follow you. Half the time they'll follow you and then unfollow just so you're still following them. I've noticed creators too other creators who have muted me. They don't want honest interaction and stuff. I'll give them an idea. They'll post something and I'll comment and they never respond to me. And that's how I figured out that I was muted by them. So I just went in and unfollowed them. I don't need those kind of people in my life. Matt Reese is watching from beginning of fairness. Doug, Les Paul does not just look cool. It is cool. Really, man, the Les Paul is one of the coolest guitar designs ever. That and the SG. My SG's in the living room because that's the one I've been playing a ton. I've been playing that a ton. If anybody shows up here and you've posted bad advice, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I really don't think anybody has, but really, you need to stop listening to know-it-alls on Twitter and on YouTube. You need to find what works for you. I know people who make knockoff stuff. It's straight up knockoff. They're trend chasing and everything else. Then they get on and they get on here and tell you all this advice and give this advice to, oh, this is what worked for me. Yeah, but I'm not chasing trends and making something to appeal to people playing Pokemon and watching Naruto. That's just the truth. Everything doesn't apply. You're not some kind of master. I can give you advice, but like right now, I'm telling you, I'm just telling you what I think. The first Lone Wolf to me did really good, and no joke, I spammed it every day. I've here lately, I try to get on there and share it and talk and stuff. I've been staying off Twitter because I'm going to have a stroke because people make me mad. And on one hand, like, that's one Firefox. That's not the main one I'm talking about. I can't take people seriously who argue about the comic book community with all the insane stuff going on in the world, but at the same time, I can't take all the insane stuff going on in the world. So we got TM13A says, "I'm not giving advice since I told people to invest in Betamax back in the day." I've only seen one Betamax tape in my entire life. I was at a Goodwill in Knoxville, and it was Indiana Jones. I think it was the Temple of Doom. Found it on Betamax, and I was like, "What is this?" Because first I thought it was a VHS, but it's smaller. I was like, "What is this?" The pawn shop in town used to have Star Trek Generations on Laserdisc, and I wish I'd have bought it, even though I don't have a Laserdisc player. And I'll never have a Laserdisc player, but I still wish, I'd have got it. Who knows, I might have become an avid Laserdisc collector. But anyways, let's take a break from me ranting about nonsense for a minute and go to this. Also, I'm way too big here. Let me do this. There we go. That's better. That helped a little bit. Put me behind it. Lone Wolf 2. I'm gonna refresh that real quick. We got 10 days left. We're at $1,800, 1806. I'm tickled to death. Just really, really pleased with that. And once again, I tried to post a cool picture that everybody would be like, hey, that's a cool looking picture. So we used the cover that Brad did because it's insanely awesome. The best way to promote something is by showing things that are insanely awesome. Then, like, here's this really insanely awesome cover here. I was sharing art that was like 2 or 3 things. Now, here's the secret. You make a really cool cover. Because some of these people are making books. Their art on the inside is not good. It is bad. It is very poor quality. But they get these insanely good pieces of cover art. And some of them I almost think might be AI generated, but I don't know. They get this awesome cover art because they know, in their heart they know, man, I've got to put some insane cover art on this because it's going to get somebody to come look at it. You get the good cover art. Now you've got to draw them in. So this is where the quality of your project shines through. So look here, here's another. This cover art here is fantastic. We've got 2 insanely good covers. But you want to follow up good covers. Eric Hawkins says, hey, my art isn't that bad. Yeah, Eric, I'm pretty sure we're not talking about you, buddy. You've got your good covers. Okay, hey, that's good. It's like me. I see a gun. I see a Desert Eagle. I'm like, man, Desert Eagle. If the Desert Eagle was chambered in 380, I probably wouldn't be interested in it. I don't have an interest in 380s. 380 is a small, weak caliber. It's just, man, to shoot. I'd rather shoot a 22, in all honesty. But that's where you get into the meat of the project. Hey, it looks cool. Then you got your Desert Eagle. It looks cool. Why does most people like the Desert Eagle? Because it shoots a 50 caliber round, or I've got the 44 Magnum. Anyways, it shoots a large pistol caliber round. So you've got the looks here. Oh, but you want to pull the people in with the good cover art on the inside. You want the people to be able to look and go, hey, I like that. I like what it do. So here we go. We got good cover art. And you definitely want some good story in there. You got your good art. Then maybe you want to spice it up with some good extras. You put a little spice on it. That's where we get our backup story. You putting, maybe this is the extra mags that come with it. You know, you throw in a couple extra mags, or a real nice case, or a holster or something. Or if it's on the guitar, you know, you've got the good looks. You've got the good guts. That'd be like a guitar, like the Les Paul. You got the good looks, good make. You've got the good wood. You got the good pickups. And then you go down here, you got the extras. You got the case. The case looks nice. Comes with a nice leather strap. You know, you've got the whole package here. Matt Reese says, I don't know who you're talking about, but I can't understand people are trying to sandbag Doug TenNapel over telling people to don't stop drawing. I don't know either, man. That's another bunch of crazy. People just don't like Doug, and I think if Doug says something, they automatically got to take the opposite stance, because you've got Hollywood weirdos who hate Doug TenNapel because he's not a weirdo. Then you've got comic book weirdos who hate Doug TenNapel because he actually makes books and gets them out to people. And then you've got simps for the weirdos who automatically go and yell at anybody who doesn't do what they're you know, it's a stupid world. And I apologize to the little one for saying stupid so many times today. I'm just sick and tired of nonsense from everybody all the time. I'm full of some nonsense, but I keep it to myself. I try to anyways. Like right now, I'm ranting on the internet. I'm not keeping that to myself. But I'm talking about my ideas about stupid things. There's a fly in here, and I'm going to shoot it with a gun. But I have my own ideas and stupid things. Like, there's certain brands of guns I don't like just because I just don't like them. They start saying poo poo instead of stupid, and yeah, I'll do that. Let me put my mask back on. I had my mask on because I'm a bad guy today. I just wonder if I can put some glasses on too when I got my mask on. Oh, it's hurting my brain. There we go. They instantly fogged up. Fogged up. Can't see nothing. I don't even look cool. Yeah. Oh man. No, but seriously. Too many people giving advice about things. Make something cool. I mean, I'm trying to make cool stuff. I've got fun ideas and cool ideas and trying to make them more accessible to people. But anybody that tells you not to share your stuff doesn't know what they're talking about. You should share your stuff like 1,000,000 times a day. If they block you or they unfollow you or mute you, they were never going to buy your book to begin with. Because if they were, they would go, oh, that looks cool, and they would go look at it. There's plenty of people who are determined not to buy stuff from me just because something stupid I've posted or somebody that I follow or I'm friends with on the interwebs. People are just like that. I'm the same way. I've got people who have done stupid things, and I'm like, I'm not going to buy your books. I don't care how cool they look. That's just kind of human nature, to be stupid. Once again, I'm just saying stupid 1,000,000 times a day. But I do appreciate everybody who's backed Lone Wolf. We will be doing an Indiegogo as soon as this wraps up. I really need to finish up the soundtrack. It's kind of like the Before the Crows stuff because it's kind of Americana. Got some acoustic guitar and playing a little bit of slide here and there and trying to put some banjo in it. May or may not use the ukulele as a substitute mandolin because I have done that before. But you get up here and you go. If you can play one. What is this, Asha? What is it, little one? She don't like it, apparently. What is it, little one? You want to come up here and be on the show with me? Come here. Come here. Oh, she torments poor Axel. He's just too nice. I've been trying to encourage him to take up for himself. We got a 70-pound dog who's scared to death of this little 20-pound one. Well, I don't know. She might be 30 or 40 now. What about cowbell? I don't have a cowbell. Well, I take that back. There's a cowbell out in the shed. I may put some cowbell in it. Just because I can. Well, I may get her to put some mandolin in my stuff. If she wants to. That's another thing. I need to finish this stuff up and get some tracks sent over. So get some violin and stuff on it. And I may does she like to do vocals? Because I might have her do some backup vocals if she'd want to. I'd like to have some female backup vocals on some stuff. And I'm going to try to get Ricky, who sang for Before the Crows. Might see if I can get him to come down and do a tune with me or do some backup vocals on some stuff. Just because it'd be cool. Reese says, I bought a cheap kit built Mando a few years back. It was awesome for 6 months, and then the neck wore. Cool, yeah, if you don't care, ask her. Reese, I bought a cheap Rogue banjo, like you can get it from Musician's Friend for like $50. And I put strings on it. And was just I had a mandolin before, an Epiphone, and I played it all the time. I got pretty decent at it, and I sold it. And I bought this one. I got real in, to the Americana music thing, and I was playing it. And one day the neck just went, bah, and now it hangs on my wall in the living room. I've got an old acoustic that belonged to my mom. It's the first guitar I learned some chords on. It's an old Kent. It's like a Sears type guitar. The action on it is way too high. I mean, it's not even worth fixing. And then I've got it and the mandolin hanging up there. TM13 said, I thought you were going to say Rick Piper for a second. I do hear you. That's the voice of an angel. I like Rick Piper. When I was talking about Rick that used to sing for Before the Crows, he's got some good vocals. He's a really good singer. A lot better than I am. I can sing in key, but I don't have the most pleasant voice. I guess it's for too many years of yelling punk rock bands. I did the one stream where I went through and talked about all. I'm thinking, I don't know if you guys in the chat, I don't know if you'd be interested in it, but I'm thinking about going through, if I can find some more CDs. I got some music. Going through my musical projects from back in the day, and going through them like track by track, just because it would be cool. If you guys be interested in that, let me know. And I got a couple of backers I got to send stuff out to, some free stuff. Don't worry, it's coming. I just haven't. I was waiting. Been trying to give away more stuff, and I was going to ship it all at the same time. Apparently, it's not gonna happen. So I'll get this stuff ready and try to ship it out in the next few days. And I need to, if you backed Lone Wolf 2 and you want to win one of the prints that Brad did, I've got 2 of them. Just share on share the Kickstarter link and tag me. Hashtag Lone Wolf. I've got 2 of these prints, one in color, one in black and white. And when we're done, I will do a random drawing, and whoever wins will get both those. Well, not both of them. I'll pick out 2 winners. One will get the color, one will get the other one. See, this guitar, I probably could put nylon strings on it, but I'm just going to hang it on the wall. It's not really worth anything, and nobody can really play it. I've got my Yamaha that my grandpa bought me, and I've got my Martin. I've actually got a Yamaha nylon string over here in the corner. I've got an Esteban nylon string over there that we picked up real cheap one time. I think I'm going to let a friend have it. He was wanting a guitar a while back. Now, time just flies by so quick and I don't get anything done. Here lately, no joke, if you're like a friend of mine, like a personal friend, and you've sent me messages and I don't get back to you, it's nothing personal. I just kind of disappear from time to time. I just like to just be alone and chill. I don't like to be bothered. And usually by the time I get ready to message somebody back, it's been a week or 2 and they get upset. I'm sorry, but that's just how I am. I don't like that people can just get a hold of me at the drop of a hat. I'd rather I kind of like having my freedom. Like at work, they get mad, they text or call, and I don't text them right back. That's just how I live. I'm not at beck and call. I'm not on call for anybody. I have my own life, and I will do what I want. That goes for the government as well. You can eat a big pile of dookie. It goes for people telling me not to share my comic book 6,000 times a day. I will share it 6,000 times a day. Sometimes people will buy something just because it looks cool and not because they have to know every aspect of your life. If you want to know every aspect of my life, you can ask, or you can go, hey man, do you have a YouTube? I'd like to know what you're all about, and I'll hook you up. I wish I didn't have a cell phone. In Firefox Pro, is it like the full-size accordion, or is it one of them little concertina ones? I was thinking about getting one of those little ones and learning to play it. I wish I could do without a cell phone. I do have to have it for work, but like I said, if somebody texts or call, I don't ever answer or call back. I'll get back to you when I feel like it. That's just how I roll. I just can't help it. That's just me. And I'm definitely not going to answer if you call. I'll answer, like Brad calls me sometimes. I try to answer him. If I'm pooping, no, I'm not going to answer the phone. So if you see me online and it says I'm active somewhere or I'm posting on Twitter and you think I'm going to call Doug, don't. Just send a message. Just say, hey Doug, what you doing? While we're sitting here talking about this, I'm going to get on Twitter and share my project. Let's see, here we go. Let's go up. What's happening? Hey! Exclamation point. Go check out my comic book. Boop. Tweet. Tweedly deedly dee. Tweedly deedly dee. Rick says he has his Grand's accordion, can't play though. Firefox Pro says full size. You got like the Weird Al one. Yeah. Anyways, let's go back to rant a little bit since I shared that on Twitter. Oh, and also, just gonna let you guys know. I'll share it right here. Gravestone Press is on Global Comics. We got Lone Wolf 1 in color. You can buy the PDF. We got black and black and white. You can buy the PDF. You can read a couple pages. I would have made one free, but I can't really make one free and be selling books at the same time. So after we wrap up, after this is out for a while, I will probably make one of these free. But you can check out the first so many pages. There's the black and white one, which we'll probably stick with black and white for a while, because black and white is awesome. And I love this. I mean, you can see how we could have sharpened this up in Photoshop and stuff, but I didn't want to. I like the look of it. The first so many pages is everything's so sharp and everything. Now I wanted everybody to see this, and Jeff does his art, and you can tell he does traditional. It's not digital. Yeah, scurvy got him. But you can just see the first so many pages here. Well, actually, when I scroll through it, I think you can see all the pages. Look at that. Look at that face. But yeah, you can check out Lone Wolf on here. We've got 3 followers. You can go follow. One of the followers is me because I clicked on follow because I thought I had my personal account on. I had that on. I just left it. So we've got 133 views on that one, 85 on that one. I'm gonna sit on down the road. We may make it free. We get some more books out. Yeah, things don't show up on your timeline. That's why you need to share it as much as you can. Oh, I'm in personal messages here. I didn't mean to do that. I clicked on. Oh man, guys, you gotta watch out for me. I ain't got no sense. Hope nobody's seen anything. I'm not in any groups where anybody's like doing anything. I have the Gravestone Press group where it's me and the guys working on the comics. Then I'm in a group with Tonic Mold. It's a bunch of guys working on comics. Sometimes they drop spoilers and back, some preview stuff. I don't want anybody seeing any preview stuff that they're not supposed to see and ruin somebody's unveiling or whatever. Well, guys, that's enough ranting for me for today. I gotta go find out. Oh, there she is. There's that puppy dog. Puppy dog, you wanna be on here with me? Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Sasha. Come here. Come here. You wanna be on the TV with me? Come be on the TV. She says no. She says no. She's gonna take a nap. Like I said, that's enough ranting for me for today. Share your projects, make them look cool, and then share them out. That's the biggest thing. Don't listen to anybody giving you stupid advice. Pretty much don't listen to any advice. If people's giving away advice for free, it's probably not worth anything. That seems to be something, like I said a while back, I could try to give my comic books away for free. People don't value it. But people will take any stupid advice given for free on the internet. Or I could say something and state it was a fact, and somebody would quote me as gospel truth. And that's just not the way it is. Stop taking free advice. If they're giving it for free, it's no good. A lot of advice given a couple years ago when CG exploded was bad advice. It was given by people who were professionals in the industry but had no idea how indie comics work. And these people are still using Chinese printers, and it's taken their book a million years to get here, and it's poor quality. They'll just give you, and they'll tell you to hire one of them, give them $1,000 for a cover because nobody else is good enough because they never worked for Marvel or DC. Like I said, there's just tons of bad advice from former pros, from wannabe pros, from effeminate, chubby dudes who look nothing like their avatars. That's something else that kills me. If you have an avatar drawn of your face, it should look like you. It shouldn't look like somebody else. So, yeah, do better. I don't care now if everybody knows who I'm talking about. I'm done. I'm tired of stepping around these people who just constantly lie and make up stuff and tell you nonsense and say you a bunch of bull crap. Now I'm getting started again. You got me started again. Or I got me started again, excuse me. There's a couple of indie comic book imprints, and they're taking steps backwards. Something I saw a while back. If you're an indie comics creator, your goal should be to sell as many books as you can, not to use it as a stepping stone to get work for another company. You're never going to make as much money working for somebody else Like if I make my own music or my own comic, I get majority like control over it. But if I make my own comic and I send it to you to distribute new with, what, you have control over it. I only get a percentage. It never works out in your best interest to work with for a company. If anybody's like trying to build up to work for like Marvel or DC, you completely shoot yourself in the foot. Most big bands now are on labels. Most bands make their own records and sell them online. They sell them digitally. You can get on, if you get on Spotify and your favorite band just released a new single or a new record and you buy it, you're probably buying it directly from them. There's no studio interference. These bands take their money and they go to the studio, record their own stuff. They produce it themselves. It sounds like they want to. They're not trying to fit in a box. They're creating art. And so they have control over that. That's their thing. You're going to do better that way. You're going to make more money. You're going to be in control of it and everything. And I've seen, and I don't want to mention their names. I know they're just trying to do something cool in their own eyes, but it's a step backwards. Actual comic imprints distributing indie comic books. They might get them in a few stores and stuff, but you need to be building your, like everybody says, build your audience, build your own audience online. Fall in line with somebody else, build a group, whatever, but letting an imprint distribute your stuff to dine comic book shops, it don't make any sense to me. Like really, it'd be cool if somebody started an online store. Like I know Iconic's got their own store where they sell their own books, but it'd be nice if somebody just made a giant store like that, and you could just distribute indie comics. You know, say like maybe I send them 100 books, and they could sell them. You know, just through there, whatever. This is just an idea. That would be cool. An online store is what you need. A place, like it'd be cool. Like Global Comics is kind of that thing, but for digital. I completely forgot about Global Comics, and Firefox Pro brought it up to me. I think Global Comics is kind of the future for everybody, and you need to make good books to stand out there. But having them distributed by an imprints, record labels, Hollywood's going to be the next big one to fall. These big corporations, these big companies, labels, imprints that have control over different art. Record labels have been in trouble for a long time. The only thing that keeps record labels afloat is like money laundering, and then like really bad pop music, like, you know, whatever label, when they have the halftime show, whatever, the label gets all the monies and all this stuff. Reese says Global's nice for ebooks. Well, it is, but there is a rumor that they're going to be doing fulfillment soon. Or maybe it's something they've talked about. Somebody was telling me about, probably Firefox Pro, where they'll be able to do print on demand. Global Comics will, and that'll be a game changer right there. You'll be able to do stuff. But like Skinny was talking about this the other day, and this was my thought on it too. I will be putting the Lone Wolf books on Amazon. I'll probably do the collection, the black and white collection, but it won't be anything special. This will be the bottom of the line, you know, no extras, no glow-in-the-dark cover. The Indiegogos and the Kickstarter will all be special stuff for backers. Like we're doing the holographic cover, the Brad full color holographic one, then the black and white collection is going to have the Brad black and white art, glow in the dark. I believe that's how I'm going to do it, because that way, when it's dark, all the colored in stuff will not glow, and then the background, everything that's white will glow, and it'll look really cool. So all the Kickstarters and stuff will be for the real fans and supporters who want the special stuff, like low run, fancy, cool, like the holographic books. You'll never be able to order the holographic book off Amazon or off of Global Comics. You'll just get the standard book. I've got some backup stories. We may do a book that has the backup story that costs a little bit more or something. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But like I was saying before, going indie is the best thing you can do. Being indie is the way to go. And I see a couple of imprints trying to reach out and get indie people to jump on board. And the indie people are actually getting kind of screwed over by it, and I don't know if they realize that. They might have their books out in more places, but they're not selling any books, they're not gaining any fans. And what happens when that imprint drops your book, it just makes people go, well, they must not have made any more of those. You could be cranking them out full time. Somebody might not think to go, I'm going to search for this. Your book's just gone. TM13 says, when you and Malik going to do a project together? Oh man, projects, everything takes so much time. I mean, the one thing I'm thankful for, Eric and I've got Fox working on the backup story right now. Those guys do not need my supervision. I'm so thankful that both of them are intelligent, competent, fantastical people. I give them stuff and they just get it done, and it comes out great. I don't have to, lord over it. But I do have the music that I need to be working on. And I got this puppy dog. And let me tell you, having a puppy dog is a full-time job. I don't have children's. I have puppy dogs, and both my dogs, I spend a lot of time with them. We go for walks, we do things. These are the only things that keep me sane. So I barely have time between the comic books and the music and the puppy dogs and my full-time 40-hour-a-week job. I just work 3 days, but it's still 40 hours to even think about doing anything else. Malik doesn't need my supervision, that's for sure. That guy is a genius. Makes some of the coolest stuff ever. I would love for him to make something for me. I would like to get to the point where I made enough money to hire out people to do really, really cool stuff. At this point, I can just get a couple friends together and we can make stuff, and hopefully it'll gain a little traction, and we'll be able to do bigger things. But a while back, I was helping other people get their books out, and their books, the first issue of several books, like there's Vestry, there's that other one, I can't remember the name of it right now, my brain's not working, and I was even going to do it for Otis Stein. They's all going to say Gravestone Press on them, but it was a lot of work, and it just didn't turn out right. Starting an indie music label or a comic book imprint these days, it just doesn't work. The comic imprint for me, what I like is that if you see Gravestone Press on something, I don't have to sign my name to it now. like Cyclotron, Lone Wolf. If I come up with another book and it says Gravestone Press on it, you know that I've got my hand on it. You know that's my signature. My music is even online. If my music is listed and you go to music, you go to label, it says Gravestone Press. Yeah, Napalm Brothers. There we go. That's the other one. It says Gravestone Press. That just means that I worked on it. That's all that imprint thing is for. Yeah, Eric says it's a lot of work for little payout distributing for other creators. In all honesty, when I distributed for other creators, I got nothing. I spent pretty much, I just got headaches. And then I paid out money to a couple people, and it was money straight out of my pocket. I put in so much work, and then, no joke, I'm not going to mention any names, but one creator pretty much accused me of altering his book, of not shipping something to somebody. No joke, I had to ship something overseas, and it wasn't there in a week, so I got accused of not doing it, even though I had to track a number and everything. This creator also started going behind my back and attacking me while he was supposed to be helping me do things, and he called me an idiot and everything else. And I'm like, well, if I'm the idiot, then why do you need me to fulfill your books? I told him, and he still wanted me, after doing all this stuff, still expected me to do more books, and I was like, no, I'm not doing no more books. I was like, you need to go find somebody else. Eric Hawkins says, I get $10. Well, you're doing good. I paid out of pocket. No joke, I ran a Lone Wolf on Kickstarter. The Second Chance Lone Wolf, just to pay those one guys, because they felt like they... Well, I mean, and this is not nothing bad, but, like, I had extra materials, and I used it to pack books and all that stuff, and I was really trying to help and everything. And when it come down to it, I seriously had to pay. I had to run that campaign to pay for my losses on those books. So, don't start an imprint. Don't do a label. TM13 says, you're the only creator I still follow from the old CG days. Sold my comic collection last fall and bought a new Indian motorcycle. Dude, that's awesome, because I really like those Indians. I know they've changed hands like in the last, 10 years they've been around. But those designs are timeless. Timeless, amazing designs. Like, I'd love to have a chieftain. Love them. I sold my motorcycle a couple years ago when I got Axel, because I couldn't take him with me on it, and I didn't get to ride it much. I was working like 70 hours a week back then. I don't now, and I'd kind of like to have another motorcycle, but at the same time, I kind of don't want one. Riding a motorcycle is like the greatest thing ever, though. But like I said, doing imprints is a completely backwards way to do things now. Record labels the same way. Like, there's a guy here in Tennessee started a record label. He's actually one of the guys that was in the band 10 Years. I don't know if you guys remember them. They were from Knoxville. One of their guitar players started a record label in the studio. And there's two ways that either works. He makes a ton of money on you. You get nickels and dimes, or he makes nothing. It's one way or the other. It's just not feasible. No sidecar for Axel. That kind of kills the whole point of riding a motorcycle when you got a sidecar. I should have got him some goggles and taught him to ride on the back. TM13's got an O2 Fat Boy as well. That's awesome. Well, guys, I am getting out of here now. I got stuff to do. I said I need to be recording some music, working on some tunes, and stop ranting about comic books like a nerd. I could rant about politics, but man, politics make me angry too. See, I mean, like what you're doing, yeah, that's different. You've also been around for a while, and you're not trying to make money. Like you said, it's all for love. You guys have a good... I may get on later and rant again. Exactly. Comics for fun. And profit. If I can make a little bit of profit, that's okay. As long as I don't have to pay out of pocket anymore. I'm tired of paying out of pocket to make art that nobody appreciates. I'm not saying there's not people who appreciate comic books. But trust me. I've been making music for years. I'm like a rock and roll ninja. Maybe I should just make better art. Anyways, guys. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.